Thing before we start the video. The video today was actually asked by Marnie, who asked about scratching posts and how to get your cats to use them. So let's let Dr. Harness get into that.
All right, welcome. So we have Oliver here who has decided to photobomb scratching posts. How do you pick them? How do you know what to get? Well, it's important to remember that there's two types of scratching posts. There are vertical and then there's horizontal. We're going to start with the vertical. Vertical scratching posts are the big things I'm looking for at the vertical scratching post is we want it tall enough so that a cat standing on their hind legs stretched all the way up can stretch to their full length without running out of post. Okay, so those really small ones you buy at the pet store just aren't practical, so don't waste your money on those. You want something that's taller. Here we've actually built our own out of materials you'll find at most hardware stores. You'll notice that it has plenty of length so that someone who might be really tall can stretch to his full extent and really get those muscles and those joints stretched out. Very important to help minimize arthritis as they get older.
Yeah.
So again, we want the height, but we also, just as importantly, want it sturdy.
Like
This one's actually bolted to the ceiling, but when you have a cat like Oliver running at Mach 10, hitting this scratching post, you don't want it going down. A, that'll scare the crud out of you at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
But B, it'll scare the crud out of your cat, and they're not going to use it. So it's really important that we make sure that we have one that's nice and safe. Again, remember, scratching is a very normal cat behavior. And so we have to realize that this is something that not only cats do, but they should be encouraged and allowed to do. Again, it's best if we do it in a way that's not destructive to the things we care about in our homes. Remember, scratching is a marking behavior for cats, and so we're going to use that to our advantage when trying to encourage them to use the right things as opposed to the wrong things, okay? It's also important to note that if you train your cat to scratch a surface, don't be surprised when they scratch that surface. So you'll notice here, we use sisal rope. It's kind of that rough rope you get at the hardware store. It's a great feel on cat paws, holds up well. In this case, when they finally broke through it with scratching, we just threw it up there for them to play with it further, and we rewrapped the post. A lot of cat furniture you'll notice in pet stores and online, wrapped with carpet. Remember, if you teach them to scratch a carpet post, don't be surprised when they scratch your carpet floor, okay? So how do we encourage cats to use a vertical scratcher like this? Well, teaser wands like this, laser pointers. If you kind of run them up along like we were doing with Oliver here, playing, when they do start scratching on the appropriate surface, verbal praise is a great way to encourage them to keep doing that. Also put your listening ears on. There's a big difference in the sound of a cat scratching sisal versus furniture. So if you hear them scratching the right surface from the other room, verbal praise. It does work for cats just like dogs. Other things that can be done is you can get a spray catnip. Oh,
somebody got down.
Yep. You can get the spray catnip and you can spray that on the sisal as an attractant to bring your cat to that area, make them more playful. And then you can get a pheromone spray. There's many different types on the market now, but a pheromone spray is the same chemical message cats have on their scent glands between their toes and in the facial area. And so when they scratch other surfaces, they're marking those surfaces as theirs, that their territory is safe and that they can relax. So if I don't want them scratching the furniture, if I spray that piece of furniture once a day, but I do not use the pheromone spray on what I want them to scratch, they come up to this and go, oh, that's marked. Oh, this isn't, okay? So we want to discourage them from using the furniture, encourage them to use this. So pheromone spray on the furniture, catnip spray on the scratcher, okay? So that is our vertical scratchers. Horizontal. And you want both in your environment because cats need both different ways to really stretch those muscles. So I've got a couple of options. This is just one that's an oval, almost like a cat bed. And our cats just love to sleep in this as well as scratch it. I think that was like a Temu find. These, as you can see, this is a well-loved horizontal scratcher. And you can see how much they will use that. This is a newer one. The cool thing is, though, is when you have something like this, as it starts to get looking crummy, you can flip it over and get a little bit extra time out of it before you have to chuck it. This one, they scratched all the way through it, so this one needs to be redone. A way to encourage your cats to use this is just get some sort of a catnip. This is marijuana, I believe. But you just sprinkle that in the area just to kind of bring them to it.
Yep, Oliver's already interested.
Oliver's like, hey, what you got?
But watch this. He's going to go crazy for it.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, what's that?
There's a reason why they call it marijuana.
Yeah, so catnip. And oh, there you go. Desired effect, bringing them right to where we want them. Okay, so again, you want a horizontal and a vertical scratcher. I will say it's not uncommon. Some companies with the cardboard ones, you'll even find some that are at a slight incline, which is also another nice way for them to scratch at those surfaces. Again, pay attention. Great concept, poor application. This is just too short for any of the cats to really effectively use in scratching. Okay, if this was on a bigger, higher, then maybe it would be more effective.
Or if it was a kitten.
Maybe, but even then, I'm not so certain. So pay attention to the heights of any vertical scratchers so that cats can use them effectively. You might also see those scratchers at the pet store that you hang on a doorknob. Oftentimes they're cute animal shapes with some sisal on them. Tend to discourage those mainly because as the cat starts scratching, they're bouncing around on the door and it tends to scare the cat away, and if they're scared to use it, they're not gonna use it. So again, sturdy, a surface you want them to scratch. Oh, Lillian is demonstrating how to use the horizontal.
Most likely because of the catnip.
Yes. And ways that we can encourage catnip to attract them and pheromone spray to discourage them. So make sure that you keep those items straight, and good luck with training your cat for scratching posts. Good night, or I should say good night. But if you liked this video, could you please hit the like button, and better yet, could you hit subscribe, notifications even? We would greatly appreciate that. If you leave us comments, we use those for ideas for future videos.
Like this one.
Like this one. Thank you, Marnie. Remember, though, keep it PG. I got a kid here who's helping me. So,
10-year-old.
Yeah. So make sure it's appropriate. Otherwise, have a wonderful night, guys. Look forward to seeing you again. Bye.